watching Shift and Steer. This is the third ever recording, and it's racing rides, people, and places. We call it new media for a new type of motorsport enthusiast, because it's more than radio, it's more than visual, you're going to get it all. It's going to be fly-on-the-wall entertainment, and I'm just going to reintroduce all of the hosts here because they're the ones that helped this show make it. Matt D'Andrea, you've seen Matt on Adam Carolla CarCast, GQ Car Collectors, and now he's on Shift and Steer. Let's hear it for the guy.
Hey, thank you.
Right next to him, our pal Aaron Hagar. A little bit of music lineage there, but he's also the rat rodder of the crew with Rat Runner's Garage. This man right here, he's our buddy Pete Shaporis, SoCal Speed Shop, and the originator of the California Kid. Me, I'm Brad Fanchuk. You see me on Car Warriors. I used to be Boyd Coddington's partner, and a lot of other stuff. But right now, it's all about Shift Steer and the man of the hour, our first guest. What other stuff? That other stuff. You know, the stuff we don't talk about. But
do we have any questions?
Hey, but let's really hear it up for Billy F. Gibbons for taking his time and his tired feet for here, Shift and Steer. So, there he is. He did make it. Let's hear it up for Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
All right, brother. Look at that. Now, see, we got a battle of the chefs going on here. Guy, we've got this guy, he's telling about his chefness and his prowess there, but he's chefness. I can make words up. And but he said that his big deal was Mexican food.
If Billy told you that he was an astronaut, I'd buy into it, all right? After what he's already done and accomplished, I just stand by and just go, ah. We talked about a barbecue rig that he was going to take to Europe. When does a man say he's going to make a barbecue rig and take it to Europe? You would have scared him.
That's a ZZ Top thing, man.
I've been kind of, not pen pals, but cell phone pals with Guy for quite some time. I wouldn't call myself a competitive chef yet. All I know is Mexican food. But as I watch Guy hour to hour, I like the binge programming when it's 2 days full of nothing but drive-ins, diners, and dives. Here's your man right here. But I often wondered if Guy ever came across a recipe that might not have been so, palatable. But in honor of Guy's appearance here today, I do have the...
I'm worried about this already.
I do have the bottom line. Whatever we need, it always wins. Hot sauce! Signed.
Well, I think you actually have this completely right. I mean, just as you've done with everything you do, it's, you run into a lot of foods that are bland, a lot of foods that are too sweet, a lot of foods that are too salty. You can always balance them out with some good hot sauce. Believe it or not, I mean, it really is the truth, and that's why we love to put hot sauce on tacos. Not everything that you get in between that taco shell and that tortilla is going to be fantastic. Hot sauce, sometimes it seems.
Making a whole lot.
I mean,
Nicely done.
You're talking to a guy that's got a couple of restaurants started out,
One or two.
Tex Wasabi's and Johnny Garlic. I mean, come on, wasabi,
That's it, I'm
garlic,
going.
hot sauce.
Just after that, I can go. So, just so you know, we've never actually physically met. We've talked on the phone probably for the last 3 years. And been buddies and back and forth and always talking smack and having good laughs. And I was just down the street and Aaron texted me and said, hey, by the way, we're doing this show. Got to come on down. I got some great moment. And he goes, and Billy Gibbons, what? I said, is he there right now? I said, you hold on to him. I'm coming right now. So I left the meeting and ran down here to make this happen.
Do you ever text with Billy? Because I feel like his text messages come over as smooth as his voice does.
Well, you just have to depend what message he's sending at what time and what condition you're in. Because sometimes they come through cryptic, and I'll read them like, exactly what was he saying? Then the next morning it makes sense.
I'll tell you, this is why it's so smooth, because it's talking text. Does the same thing my dad does. Call Guy. No, Guy. Call Guy. Right?
It's the words that come out that you don't want to come out. And you know, so one of the things here, Guy, thanks for coming by. Just, you know, rolling
I ran
in.
here. That's why I was sweating and breathing.
That's good.
I mean, I was excited. Don't get me wrong.
We like to think that shift and steer can, you know, bridge a lot of things. And we were sitting up in the mother semi here, and you know, Billy was saying,
When
is
do
he
you get
really
to call
coming
something?
over?
When do you
Is he
get to
really
call
coming
something the mother semi?
over? Exactly, the
I'm
mother
sitting
semi.
in the mother semi. No, you know what? He's a legend in so many realms, and when I talk to him about food, and he gets it. I mean, he gets it every time. We'll talk about going to Europe, where to eat. We'll talk about going around the country, where to eat. And he'll call me about a recipe and say, let me just ask you, what do you... And he does it in that Billy voice. I don't even try to do my Billy voice.
No, I want to hear you try to
No,
do
there's
the
no
Billy
way.
Try the Billy
voice.
voice.
I haven't had enough tequila to do my Billy voice.
Do you want to hear the Billy voice?
No!
Well, you know, singers like to pride themselves when they can hit the high notes, and I can hit them low notes. But I've been working on it. Right here, right now, on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dimes.
There we go. Now, see, he's pulling yours off, Guy.
I've been working on my upper register here.
And the fact that nobody has that on video to send me.
Oh,
Everybody should
right
copy that.
We've got it right there on our replay XD camera.
So Billy will call me and he'll say, I was shooting in Wyoming. And I'm in the middle of the shoot, and we're late on the shoot, and the lights changing, and we're gonna have to start putting up different lights. And I get this ring in my pocket, and I just kind of look at it under the table, and I see it's Billy, and I'm like, hang on, you guys. They're like, you can't hang on. We've got to go. And I'm like, it's Billy Gibbons, hang on a second. So I go out, and he says, hey, would you lay down a track for me on the song we're doing? It took me like 40 minutes to come down to planet Earth. But, you know, when Billy gives that, goes, hey, guy, what's going on, man? That right there, I'll stop weddings. All right, hang on a second.
Your own wedding, right? Like you'll walk out
but
of your
up,
own wedding. There you go.
Honey, hold on.
Hey, if I ever get laryngitis, I got to stand in. Come on, folks, give it up for Guy. Come on.
I'm just working on it. Keep taking those hair growth pills, Billy. What do you think? This thing ain't got anything.
Well, this is a crazy gathering, and you know, the big surprise was learning you got a new spot. Guy's got a new restaurant here in town.
Which I think tonight you should come down. It's called Guy's Vegas. It's right on the strip, in front of the link. I think we should get you down there tonight, Billy, and you and I.
If he's got
get
this,
on the line.
I know he's got this. We'll be there.
You and I get on the line. You couldn't ask me to get on stage and play any instrument. I can only play the griddle. But if you come, thank you. But if you come down tonight, we'll have a little hangout. We'll make a little food. Maybe we'll create the Billy special. I think there needs to be like a Billy Blue plate.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Billy Blues play.
Yeah, the Billy
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Guy, we do need to do a little plug for Guy because, was it 2 weeks ago, Aaron, when we were in town?
Yeah.
Aaron's dad, Sammy Hagar, was playing with my business partner, Michael Anthony, and we were in town, and Guy was so friendly. I mean, he made it happen. We went to his restaurant, and if you haven't eaten there, you've got to go there because it is just the rockinest place, the best food, and the portions are, I'm going to say it, ginormous.
Well, let's see. It's go big or go home. It's more like go home big.
Well, you see how I got this petite dancer's figure, you know, this. But I will tell you something, the team that I have here in Vegas, I went to college here in Vegas, I always wanted to come back and open a restaurant, and having a chance to come back and open on the strip. I'm not tucked away in the back. We are dead center in the middle of all the chaos, and it's a good time. So I think you guys should come down. And Michael Anthony, by the way, who's one of the coolest cats out there, sends me like 900 pictures of him eating the same, well, I think it might have been 3 burgers, but he ate the burger. And he sent me all these pictures. I'm like, am I in the exact same world I think I was when I was, 15? Awesome time.
He sent me, he was here, he had his motor coach in town, and he was hanging out, and he goes, so I heard that you and Aaron went over to Guy's, and he goes, I go, well, call him, man, you know him, and he did, and he called me, he said, it was as good as you said. It was
That's
just so awesome.
The food is phenomenal. Service is great. It's a cool place. Seriously.
Let me ask you guys, how do you put this motley crew together? I mean, how does this come together that you get Billy here, you get Aaron here, you guys are all standing here, you got Hall of Fame, and you got it all going on, and you got this crowd of people. Mothers gives you, what do you call it, the mother's
rig.
The
semi.
The mother.
You get a semi.
You have all this going on. How's this come together?
How it all came together was we were all sitting around up in Reno. Aaron, myself, and we were saying, how could we do something that's just out of the box? I mean, step out, run out, get even farther away from the box as we could. And then Matt walked up. And we said, that's it. We'll just put it all together. And we come to it from Matt's side of new cars and exotics, rat runners. I'm a muscle car guy, traditional hot rods. And then it's all about, like you guys doing this today, pulling in all our buddies and our friends, the guys that are really famous, and just having a good time. It's not about just this stuffy interview. It's about gathering people like, come on, let's hear you out there.
My recommendation next time you guys do this is that we do it over at Guys American. I will sponsor the beer.
Now you're talking.
See, now that's when that was one big stream. She gets to come, the rest of you guys are out. But we sponsor some beer and we hang out. We make it a sit-down party, kind of hang out, and maybe somebody shows up with a guitar next year.
Well, I think
sounds good to me.
It makes sense to me. This is a gathering. Pete Chapour's from SoCal Speed Shop. He's got loud. I'll grab a guitar. I got fast, and I learned a new word. Guy has ginormous.
Now, Guy, big question of the day. Have you been over to see this man's new car that this man and Jimmy Shine have put together? The Whiskey Runner?
Well, when your name is Jimmy Shine and you make a whiskey runner, listen, I'm still living off of the video from Sharp Dressed Man.
There you go.
I can't handle much more past that. But I'll tell you this, you come down here, you see these cars, you see Billy bringing his car down, you see all the time and energy that people put into this. This is one of the greatest industries you could be in the world. I've just met so many friends, people that I thought I knew, I didn't know, but I kind of knew and I want to meet, better. This is where you come to. This is kind of like the melting pot of friends.
Yeah, we need to get a little car show collection going and bring it over to the restaurant. We need to bring some of the hot rods. Bring Billy's
Just
hot
start
rods.
ripping out Ferraris, Lambos, and muscle cars, and give me a '68. Yeah, bring them over.
That's it. We'll bring the good car collection over there.
Like I was going to say, shift and steer. It's a reason to play.
Yeah.
So could we collect like pieces? I mean, just like a tire and a rim and a steering wheel.
Anything we got lots of pieces.
Lots of junk.
How much junk do you want?
Those to me. That's
you're the one that ends up with all the pieces.
He makes cars out of other pieces.
I got a 3-wheel that you can have.
We call it repurposing, okay?
Repurposing. I'm still hooked up on the exhausts that are made out of old plumbing tube and stuff like that.
I wouldn't do that at exhaust, but maybe some fuel lines, some air lines.
Okay, important stuff.
Yeah.
Roll cages, harness belts, the good stuff.
I mean, who doesn't carry
Seat
a
belts.
lawnmower
It's all
belt?
got to do is stop and steer, right?
No, my seat is actually attached by Velcro and zip ties. Really?
Hey, everybody out there, just a little housekeeping here. You got to remember that this is all happening because of Mother's Polishes and Waxes. They're letting us just invade their place here. Of course, Replay XD Cameras, who's filming all this up here, and the people at Kicker Audio. So let's hear it for them because they are the ones who let us come out here and do this. Come on, everybody. The other thing is, remember, we are all over the web at Shift Steer Media and our hashtag, which is right down there in front, Shift Steer SEMA 14. So if you want to see photos and things like that, that's what you want to punch in. Matt, what do you got to say about this whole deal?
I think it's been fun. It's awesome. I can't wait to do more episodes of this. And SEMA is the best place ever to launch, I think, a show like this, especially with this great crew, with Guy and Billy, and the great guests we've had so far coming in this week.
Have you guys had Roger's been on already?
No.
No, not yet. He's going to come on in a little bit here.
Oh, I'm telling you, this is like the star-studded cast.
Man, we got
I mean, you got the King of Sound coming on in a second.
and some of the other people we got coming on that are industry guys that are out building and
Hang on, that's Billy's jet flying over. Hang on.
It's coming to Billy's.
That means we got to go in a second.
But I want to kind of get back to Matt, Aaron, Pete, everybody. We've all seen the Whiskey Runner out there. I want to get it from Billy. So, we saw you last night, Pete and I and all the guys were hanging out with you, and you were just, it's like, you've been in front of crowds, you've been playing around the world. but you were in your element last night, seeing that car sitting on the show at SEMA. Tell us about it.
Well, it was a surprise. We had designed this whiskey runner after it's the bad little sister of the famous Eliminator Coupe, the little red thing that showed up on MTV and got so famous. But seeing it here in person, live and in person, it's something to behold. It's really, it's out there. It's going to be fun.
It's really fun to be putting around in the car. Taking it out to SEMA Ignite, we can have it out on the street Friday. Billy and Jimmy are going to take it out. It's going to be a good time.
You know what I dig is that cycloptic headlight that comes out of the top of the hood and goes around with the helicopter manipulator control. That's your idea. That's your brainchild, isn't it?
Well, we brought part of it to the party. Jimmy, Sean, and Pete brought out the SoCal Speed Shop special brainstorm to make it all work, and it's pretty weird.
Now, the last time I
We've
hung...
only been wanting to do it for 20 years. I mean,
That's right. That's right.
We found the right Cessna, and I don't think I ever missed that life out of it.
Yeah.
Now, Billy, the last time we all hung out was at SEMA's new garage, where, you know, kind of brought the car into the studio. They shot the cover of the SEMA issue, and we were all hanging out. And what I remember is, at that time, the Z down the side was still just a thought. How do you like how it turned out?
Well, SEMA has opened their doors to their new garage for all the SEMA members, and it is absolutely a stunning place to wind up. They have a new 3D printer that they decided, instead of having Pete and the SoCal team try and design the Z stripe down the side out of brass, they did a 3D printer version, and you can see it right now. It's absolutely stunning.
That's awesome.
It's beyond belief. I mean, the work that they do. God, man, I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy. SEMA, yeah.
The car rocks. I mean, it is badass. And, Guy, the one thing that you would like about it is that headlight. It's a vintage headlight off an aircraft. It gets so damn hot,
But
you
see,
could cook something on it.
That seems like a Hagar thing. Aaron does that weird stuff. I mean, every time I see him, he's like, hey, look at this. But he does these paintings, so that sounds like it's in his vein. But, of course, if it's Billy's, it's got to be the next level, and we're all going to want to do it. Right now, I'm just thinking about how to carve in, you know, a rigid light into my Corvette and just have that, you know, stunning out the top of it or something. I don't think it'll look the same, but it's the idea.
Well, maybe you can have the shift and steer crew come down and help you.
You got to start someplace, brother.
Well, I mean, just carving it right into the new vet would be awesome. And then just taping around the whole.
Just button it.
Just go. I mean, just somehow.
Do you have one of those with the glass hood on, you know, the little window?
That's Jay Leno. I do a show on Food Network.
No, come on. So I was going to say we could get like a Luxor type thing coming right out of the top, you know?
Here's the perfect marriage. I'll do a conceptual illustration, and
as we always do when we talk about a car.
And my main man will actually shape it in metal.
And carve that in the hood of the car that Chevy gave me. Yeah, I like the idea. What is this in, by the way? And what kind of motor does it have?
It's in a 34 300 Coupe with like 331 caddy in it.
You know, Billy, I love how you never do it top notch. You're always just underplaying it a bit. You know,
Just a little bit.
Yes, let's use more synthesizer in our show.
When you think of Billy Gibbons, you think 98%? Is that it? So
That's
like
a different
90.
band. I think it's 72.
All right, there you go. When do we get to see Billy in the